Hello, and welcome once again to What Nobody Told Me After 65. Well, it's your lady on the go, lady in the know, Miss Info. You have reached the Information Nation, where knowledge is shared and wisdom exchanged for the betterment of a people. Today, I want to talk to you about why we try to please everybody. People pleasers. Yeah. I recently had the opportunity to be in the company of I guess what you call a people pleaser, and it was draining. Um, I just couldn't deal with it. But these people exist. People pleasers. You may not know them as people pleasers, but I'm going to give you some information this evening, and perhaps you know a people pleaser too. A people pleaser is someone who prioritizes others' needs over their own and may feel overly concerned about earning approval from other people. It is sometimes known as dependent personality disorder. They come across as too eager to lend a hand. They do this because they need you to need them. They may have the following personality traits: low self-worth, goes with the flow dictated by others, is too agreeable in general, does not assert themselves, rarely says no, values praise from others, takes the blame when it's not their fault. These folks fear rejection and need validation from others, constantly need assurance that they matter to the people around them. If they think they are well liked, they can relax and like themselves as well. They avoid anger and arguments, don't like confrontation. That is why a breakup, a divorce, a loss of something familiar is so devastating. One person in these types of arrangements or relationships, one of the people is a people pleaser, and the other has been there to go along to get along. Rather than deal with the conflict, they pretend to like each other, pretend everything is okay, pretend no one can see the truth. Pretend it's all peaches and cream. So why do we put up with this foolishness? Deep down, are we people pleasers too? When looking back over our own lives, are we finding some rejection or incident that may be rooted in an early relationship? Perhaps with a parent or a sibling. Maybe the parent's love was conditional on you being one way or another. Maybe a sibling excelled at virtually everything, just good at everything they did, and you struggled to keep up, to get even a small amount of affection or emotional acceptance. Being available is critical to the overall well-being of a child or a spouse. If you're married to somebody and they're never available, either emotionally, physically, financially, that is a turn off, turn down. You have to be available, be present in a relationship, right? People who are genuinely big-hearted with their time and efforts have a healthy outlook on life. They know their value and self-worth and what gives them meaning. People pleasers do not. They spend a lot of time worrying about what others think about them, what other people think. My grandmother told me it was none of my business what other people thought about me. And I never gave it another thought. I just carried on. However, sometime later on in my life, I was surprised to find that people I thought were genuine really were not. Yeah. My perception was skewed because I assumed everybody was as transparent and open as I was. You know, especially in a relationship. I don't care what you're doing or who you're doing it with. When it's my time, it's my time. We together, we together. You know, ride or die. And that's what sort of kind of made me a little different. And so dating me was difficult because most of the time guys are confused. You're not wondering who they talking to. You don't care that they went out with somebody else. Not really. Some of this behavior screams narcissism to me. Here's what a narcissist is. A narcissist is someone who has an inflated sense of self-importance. Okay, well, they said people pleasers have low self-worth, but let me go on. They have an excessive need for admiration and a disregard for others' feelings, and an inability to handle criticism, coupled with a sense of entitlement. In my mind, I'm thinking this could be a cover-up for insecurity, low self-worth. Now, I'm not a doctor or a therapist, but I've been around both types of personalities. And to me, there are some overlapping character traits. You know what I mean? Now, I could be wrong, but I could be right. No matter, people pleasers are hard to deal with over a long-term basis because it's draining to try to figure out when they are genuinely being helpful or just people-pleasing, which later on they regret. You know, they twisting and turning. The Bible says you should not be lukewarm. You gotta be one way or the other. It causes confusion and feelings that can cause you to want to escape or be far, far away. Go on with your stuff. I don't have time for it. The bottom line, people make the world go round, and it takes all kinds of people. Choose who you share your space with, and be mindful when it becomes weird. You know when it's weird. Know when you need to protect yourself for your own sense of well-being and peace. Life is just too short. And that's my 2 cents. I've had the opportunity of being with narcissists and people pleasers, and we didn't call them that back in the day. You know, we had names for all of our different friends who had different personalities. You know, Mary was like this, and Sally was like that, and Pete was like this. And we knew who could get along. We knew who we couldn't bring together in a crowd or at a party. But all these scientific terms for people. People are people. Yeah, they have, idiosyncrasies. They have the way they were brought up is different from the way you were brought up. And now that we become a global community, we meet all kinds of people, right? Just don't be a people pleaser. It's not good. It's not good for you. It's not good for the people that hang out with you either. Listen, I want to thank you for listening. And remember, you don't know what you don't know. Take care.